cloudy, overcast, and bad weather coming. We're scheduled for 2. We hope to get both of those 2 in. We're going to start a little bit early in this first one, about 10 minutes early. We're going to try and go. 4 o'clock start, 3:45 right now here at Bohoshi Field. Drew Casey here with you for this game. We'll be joined later by Kenny Ducey, Brandon Bowers on the controls for both of these contests. And like I said, we hope to get them both in according to the National Weather Service. Occasional rain likely to begin Tuesday at 6:45 p.m., so maybe we will just get both of those games in. Rain becomes a 40% chance at 7 p.m. tonight as the temperature falls into the 40s. Actually, it's in the 40s right now, 48 degrees. It'll go up a couple degrees, and then the rain will come, and we'll have a little bit of wind in this one, 10 to 15 miles per hour throughout. We saw the wind play a big role over the weekend, especially on Saturday when Fordham played a doubleheader against the Dayton Flyers, games 2 and 3 of the series. That Dayton won both of those games, and like I said, the wind really played a huge role here. Starting lineups just being announced here at Bohoshi Field. Now we're set for the national anthem. We'll pause for that.
As we honor America, and the freedom will always be ours with the playing of our national anthem.
Back here at Bohoshi Field, that's the national anthem. Like I said, Fordham and Siena set for a doubleheader here at Bohoshi Field. 2 7-inning collegiate games on tap for this one. It will conclude the Rams' 10-game homestand unless some weather plays a role down the road and the Rams end up back home for the next contest after today. You never know. The Rams 17-16 on the season, 4-4 in the Atlantic 10 after dropping the doubleheader to the Dayton Flyers back on Saturday. And if you look at the Siena Saints, 9-13. They lost their first 11 games, though, 0-11. Since then, they've won 9 of 11, so they're 9-13, 4-2 in the MAC. Their 2 losses in the MAC have come to Manhattan, at Manhattan, so just a couple of miles away from here. Manhattan College, of course, over in Riverdale. And those 2 losses, also their only 2 losses in their last 11, so 9-2 in their last 11. Saints are playing some solid softball. Let's get to the starting lineups, as the Rams have taken the field here at Bohoshi Field. We go to Siena starting lineup. Stephanie Vigiano leads it off. She plays second base. Alyssa Lancaster bats second, the right fielder. Paige Hess, the designated player, hits third. Abby Carpenter, the third baseman, hits fourth. Sammy Smaldone, the catcher, bats fifth. Brooke Taylor, the center fielder, will hit sixth. The shortstop is Melanie Calisi. She hits number 7. Bridget Connors, the left fielder, hits eighth. And Paige Lloyd rounds out the starting lineup for the Saints. Fordham has the home team, of course, in the field to start this one. Their defense across the outfield, left to right, Michelle Dobman, Sydney Canessa, Cora Ionero. Lindsay Mayers at third. Allie Bradian's over at short. Amy Van Hoven plays second. Paige Ortiz does the duties at first base. Kayla Lombardo, the catcher. And Rachel Gillen in the circle for this one. Coming in 11-7. This is her 18th game started and 23rd appearance, a 3.18 ERA. 11 complete games, 121 innings pitched to go with 141 strikeouts. Power pitcher for sure. 112 hits, so more than a strikeout per inning, less than a hit per inning. She's given up 68 runs, 55 of those earned. Opponents hitting 242 off of her. And remarkably, she only has 2 wild pitches all season. So we're getting ready to start, and we'll have the first pitch in just a few moments. Rachel Gillen toes the rubber, and we're set here Vigiano, the second baseman, stands in and takes the first pitch for a called strike. Caught the upper part of the plate as the ball from Lombardo slipped out of her hand and has now rolled into center field as a little smile from everyone there, loosen up the mood. Maybe hand just got stuck on the softball for a little too long. First pitch comes at 3:49. Here's the 0-1, swung on and missed. Count moves quickly to 0-2 to the leadoff hitter, Vigiano. Again, Gillen, the power pitcher, the lefty for this Fordham side, the ace for them. Here's the 0-2 now. Just missed upstairs. Coming into this one, Vigiano on the season, hitting 400, 475. Our 21st game starting today. Here's the 1-2, fisted over towards short. Brady in a couple hops fields, fires to first, and not in time. A leadoff single. Infield hit for Vigiano as that ball took about 2 short hops before it got to Bradian. And then she fielded and threw to first, but too quick over to first was Vigiano. She has 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts. And Alyssa Lancaster to the plate, the lefty, takes the first pitch outside. Lancaster, 273, her 22nd start of the season. She's 18 for 66. She's got 8 RBIs. Doesn't look like she's a slap hitter as she stands in with her feet planted. Here's the 1-0. Called strike one right over the heart of the plate, 1-1. Vigiano, the runner on first for the Saints. That's the Siena Saints. 9-13. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed by Lancaster. Siena out in Uppin, I should say, Loudonville, New York, near the Albany area. Here's the 1-2. Got her. Called strike 3, outside corner. Lancaster down, looking. Paige Hess, the designated player, steps in now for the Saints. Here's Gillen, the first pitch to the hitter Hess. Missed inside, 1-0. Paige Hess, 366 on the season. Third best average in the starting lineup here. 26 for 71 thus far. Here's the 1-0 to her. Just missed outside, 2-0. Lombardo trying to get the call there, framing the outside corner pitch. Has 11 RBIs to go with a .438 on base percentage. Walked 4 times, hit by a pitch 5 as the 2-0 swung on and missed. Gillen with the off-speed pitch there. Two and 1 the count. Hess the batter, Vigiano on first as the 2-1 missed just outside, 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Called strike on the inside corner. Full count to Hess, Vigiano on first. We're in the top half of the first inning of 2 here at Behoshi Field. Fordham Rams and Siena Saints as the 3-2 foul down the first baseline and skips out of play over towards the Siena bullpen. Three-two again, grounded towards first, fielded by Ortiz, throws down to second, gets her at second base. Brady in the catch, no chance to get the runner Hess headed towards first base, so a fielder's choice. Nice play, Ortiz to Bradian. Make that 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Abby Carpenter, the third baseman, the cleanup hitter for the Siena Saints. 2 home runs for her on the campaign thus far. The first pitch to her is a little bit upstairs, count 1-0. Carpenter 299, so just a tad under 300. 20 for 67 at the plate, 3 doubles, 2 homers, 20 RBIs, almost for the team lead. Here's the 1-0 now. Right over the heart of the plate, gets away from Lombardo, going down to second and getting there is Paige Hess. 2-0, that'll be a pass ball. Two and 0 with 2 outs. Now Hess over on second base after the ball gets by Lombardo. The pitch to Carpenter. Right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. No trouble for that one for Lombardo. She couldn't hold on to the last one. That was in the same spot. 2-1, 2 outs, no score, top of the first between the Saints and the Rams. Here's the pitch from Gillen. Just outside, 3-1. Abby Carpenter, a .407 on base percentage. She's got 12 walks on the season. That leads all starters for the Saints. The 3-1 to her. Swung on, foul. Third base side and bounces up near the Fordham dugout. Full count, 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Pretty pitch from Rachel Gillen. That'll do it here in the top of the first inning. No runs for the Siena Saints. 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left through a half an inning here at Pehoshi Field in game 1 of 2. The Rams 0. And the Saints 0 and the Rams coming to bat. We head to the bottom of the first here at Pehoshi Field. Fordham softball team is in action again approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game when they'll play Siena in the second game of this doubleheader. The baseball team back on the field tomorrow when they host Rutgers University. Game time now changed to 3 p.m. and the one-on-one pregame report comes your way at 2:50. Fordham Rams baseball and softball right here on WFUV.org.
I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. A feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
Bottom of the first inning, the first time the Rams come to the plate here today at Pehoshi Field. Hoping for 2 games here. Weather might play a little bit of a factor in that. The weather right now, the good news is it's not raining. It's not a pretty day though, as we're right near 50 degrees. A little bit of wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour, swirling here at Pehoshi Field. Overcast, cold. Not a pretty spring day, but sometimes you get them in April. Sydney Canessa leads it off for the Fordham Rams. Lauren Butts does the pitching for the Siena Saints. More on their respective lineups throughout this inning as the first pitch from Butts is just outside. For a ball 1-0. Amy Van Hoven bats second, the second baseman. Lindsay Mayer, the third baseman, hits third. Kayla Lombardo, the catcher, cleans things up for the Rams. Rachel Gillen, the pitcher, will hit fifth. The 1-0 to Canessa now. Grounded foul, third base side. Bridget Orchard lets it go by her. Michelle Dobman hits sixth, the left fielder. Cora Ionero, the right fielder, hits seventh. Paige Ortiz, the first baseman, hits eighth. And Madison Shaw, Maddie Shaw, the 9-hitter and designated player in this one. Brianna Turgeon not getting the start here today. Usually the left fielder. Dobman usually the DP. So Dobman gets left field. Shaw, the designated player. Here's the 1-1 to Canessa. Outside corner, just missed. A little bit low there. Lauren Butts does the pitching, the writing in the circle for the Siena Saints. A 4.20 ERA, 4-3. It's her 8th game started. Here's the 2-1 inside, and it hits the back leg of Sydney Canessa. She'll take first base. 7th time Sydney Canessa has been hit this season. That now leads Fordham starters. Getting on base any way she can to improve upon her .380 on base percentage. Amy Van Hoven to the plate now. 322 at the plate this season. 39 hits, 4 doubles, 4 triples, no homers, 16 RBIs. 354 on base percentage. Canessa 1 for 1 in swiping bases this season. Van Hoven, the lefty slapper, takes ball 1 outside. Back to Lauren Butts. 48 1/3 innings pitched, 47 hits given up, 42 runs, only 29 of those earned. 38 walks surrendered, 56 strikeouts. Opponents hit 244 off her. A little bit wild, 11 wild pitches. Here's the 1-0. Grounded over towards first base, over towards the hole between first and second. It's going to be a base hit. Amy Van Hoven found a hole where nobody was, and she'll be on with a single, the first hit of the for the Rams in this one. First and second, nobody out. Heart of the Rams lineup to the plate. Lindsay Mayer will step in, the number 3 hitter, 294, 32 for 109. 32 hits for 364 on base percentage. Lauren Butts getting the signs, looks like from the bench, with a number armband. The first pitch to Mayer is just outside, 1-0. Saw Syracuse use a similar system with pitcher, catcher, some of the middle infielders, center fielder, all with armbands. Here's the 1-0 to Mayer, right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Numbers usually indicate location, pitch type, etc. Some sort of defensive schemes as well, maybe for the middle infielders, center fielder, outfielders. Here's the 1-1 in the dirt, but blocked nicely by the catcher for the Saints there. Sammy Smaldone doing the catching here today for Siena. When we get to that Siena defense, Smaldone does the catching. Butts, of course, on the hill. Abby Carpenter over at third. Melanie Calisi is the shortstop. Stephanie Vigiano plays second. Paige Lloyd's over at first. Here's 2-1 to Mayer, just outside, 3-1. Bridget Connors is in left field. Brooke Taylor plays center, and Alyssa Lancaster's over in right. Taylor playing pretty much straight up, and both of the corner outfielders shaded a little bit towards the line, so pretty big gaps for Mayer. The 3-1 with 2 on, swung on and fouled straight back. Count moves full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on first and second. Unlikely for these runners to be going, but never know. This could be a game where you got to get runs early. Might be shortened due to weather. Hopefully not, because there's a second one on tap. Here's the 3-2, swung on and fouled back again. Just fighting there as Kayla Lombardo, the on-deck batter, throws it back to the pitcher for the Saints. That's Lauren Butts. Mayer standing in. Here's the 3-2. Just outside. Ball 4. Lindsay Mayer works a walk as that one just missed. And a quick timeout, a quick visit to the circle here now. Siena infield. Butts and the catcher Smaldone. As it looks like Casey Halloran Bump, one of the assistant coaches here for Siena, coming out to chat.
Now batting is the catcher, number 11, Kayla Lombardo.
So Kayla Lombardo comes to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning. No one on her team is made out yet. She's got the bases loaded, nobody out, no score here. A hit for either side. But like I said, the Rams have the bases loaded. Lombardo, 4 home runs already, one of those grand slam, as the first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Lombardo, 340 hitting for this Rams side thus far. The 0-1 popped in the air over towards shortstop. Coming over Khaleesi, infield fly is called. She makes the catch anyway. So Lombardo is retired. And that'll send Rachel Gillen to the plate, the pitcher, trying to help herself here. She'll have the bases loaded as well. Not the at-bat Lombardo would have liked there. Infield in for the Saints. First pitch to Gillen, the lefty, takes just outside. Count 1-0. So Mayer on first, Van Hoven on second, Sydney Canessa on third. Butts in the circle for the Saints, no score. Here's the 1-0 to Gillen, way outside, 2-0. 2-0, a good pitch coming likely to Gillen. Here's the pitch inside, 3-0. Had a little mustard on it from Butts there. 3-0 the count. The bases are loaded. Nowhere to put Rachel Gillen. Gillen 12 RBIs this season. 338 average to go with a 367 on base percentage. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Gillen. Way outside. A 4-pitch walk and an RBI. And the first run on the board in this one. The Rams up 1-0 on the Siena Saints.
Now batting is
13 RBIs now for Rachel Gillen. That's her 5th walk. Michelle Daubman, the left fielder, been shuffled around a little bit recently in the lineup. Hitting 6th today. First pitch to her, still with the bases loaded. Ball is called for a strike. Caught the upper part of the strike zone there. 2 walks, hit by a pitch, and a single for the Rams thus far. They're up 1-0, bases loaded for Daubman. The 0-1. Just outside, 1-1. Tom Mayer calling the balls and strikes. Dean Maldonado on the bases here. 2 umpires for this middle of the week non-conference doubleheader between the Rams and the Saints. The Rams up 1-0 already. The 1-1 to Daubman, off speed pitch. Very nicely placed there for a called strike. Froze the hitter Daubman. Very, very pretty pitch. Butts trying to work out of a jam here. Bases loaded, no outs. 1 run in already. She's ahead 1-2 with 1 out to Daubman. Pitch outside with the heater there. Changing speeds nicely. Between that change-up and that rise ball there. Here's the 2-2 to Daubman. Just down low, 3-2. 38 walks for Butts coming into this one in 48 innings. So not great numbers there. Gillen has 39 walks, but she's pitched almost 80 innings more. The 3-2, grounded foul, first base side, just nubbed towards the Siena dugout, so Daubman stays alive. Daubman, the 3-2 with the bases loaded, swung on, grounded, just foul, third baseline. Canessa led the inning off, getting hit by a pitch on a 2-0 count. She has now scored. Van Hoven then singled. Mayer worked a walk. Lombardo popped to short. The 3-2 to Daubman, grounded again, foul. Hanging tough up there, 3-2 the count. And then following Lombardo, Rachel Gillen worked a walk with the bases loaded, an RBI walk. That gave the Rams a 1-0 lead. Now Michelle Daubman up at the plate. The count's full, 1 out. 1 run in. The pitch from Butts. Swung on and missed. Daubman goes down swinging, a big out for Lauren Butts and the Siena Saints. But there's still 1 more out they're going to need to get here. Try and keep the Rams from really exploding in this bottom of the first inning. They had the bases loaded and no outs. Scored a run, but now they've got the bases loaded and 2 outs. Like a little bit more than just the 1 run with the bases loaded, no outs situation. Cora Ianiro, the right fielder, to the plate. First pitch to her, swung on, fouled straight back. Grounded into the backstop and bouncing forward and now thrown back to the pitcher Butts. Ianiro, big 3-run homer back on Friday against the Dayton Flyers. Over to right center field. She's hitting 198 this season. She's got 19 hits and 96 at-bats. The 0-1. Just missed. Not sure where that one missed. Looked pretty good from up here. But Ianiro will take it as the count moves to 1-1. Looks like Antonia Edwards warming for the Siena Saints. Down in the right field line bullpen. The 1-1. Ianiro pops foul, and it's going to get out of play. Actually land in the basket of one of the maintenance vehicles here at Fordham. Try and do that again. Play the lottery as that ball landed square in the bed of one of the Toro trucks and bounced around and stayed in. Here's the 1-2 to Ianiro now. Just missed outside. A good pitch from Lauren Butts. Really changes speeds very well. The rise ball really looks a lot faster than it probably is. There was a lot of off-speed pitches. Froze a couple hitters early. The 2-2 to Ionero, bases jacked, swung on, foul tipped into the glove of Sammy Smaldone. That'll do it here in the bottom of the first inning. The Rams get on the board, though. They get a run. On a hit, they leave 3 on, no errors. We head to the top of inning number 2 here at Behoshi Field. Rams up on the Saints, 1-0. Join us Saturday for another edition of One on One, New York's longest running sports call-in show. We'll take a look at the Masters, look back at the Final Four, and talk about the NHL and NBA playoff races. That's One on One Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock on 90.7 FM and WFUV.org.
Located at 200 Manchester Avenue in the Bronx. More stores, more restaurants, more services. Visit the mall.
We head to the top of the second inning here at Behoshi Field. The Rams now up 1-0 on the Siena Saints. Sammy Smaldone holds on to the foul tip to end the bottom half of the first, and now she gets the lead off the top half of the second inning, the catcher for the Siena Saints. And again, her team now down 1-0. First pitch from Gillen, swung on and missed. Smaldone 286 on the campaign thus far, 20 for 70. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Gillen got her, the high cheese there. Counts 0-2 here at Behoshi Field, no balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Gillen, just a little bit upstairs. The 1-2 now coming. Smaldone stands in, swings and misses. The third strikeout for Rachel Gillen here. Top of the second inning, 1 away.
Center fielder number 28, Brooke Taylor.
Brooke Taylor now to the plate, the center fielder for the Siena Saints. She stands from the left side. First pitch to her just missed inside and low. A lot of lefties for this Siena side. Taylor, the third. They have 2 more coming. 5 of 9 hitters, left-handed batters. The 1-0 fouled into the protective netting. Third base side, that's the Fordham dugout side. Fordham is the home team, but they choose to make their home in that third base dugout as opposed to first base. Probably a sun idea. Of course, the sun's not out here today, though. Not a great day, but it's a good day when you've got a softball game as the 1-1's high. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to count. Taylor ready, the lefty. From the lefty, Gillen fouls it away. Straight back. It's off the padding of the backstop. 2-2 the count. Gillen, the power pitching lefty for the Rams. Here's the 2-2. Just missed, a little high there. Tried to go with the finesse pitch there. But taking it. Good eye from Taylor there. Here's the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Rachel Gillen. 2 away now here in the top of the second inning. Melanie Calisi, the shortstop, now to the plate, left-hander. Ready for the first pitch from Gillen. The slapper takes Ball one outside. Khaleesi coming into this one 311. 324 slugging percentage, 363 on base percentage. Here's the 1-0. Called strike on the outside corner from Tom Mayer there. The 1-1 pitch now coming. Down low, 2-1. Khaleesi, 6 walks on the season. She struck out 16 times. Only 1 extra base hit and 1 double. Here's the 2-1. Popped in the air, left field side. Daubman coming on, makes the catch just next to the foul line in fair territory. And just behind the dirt infield where the turf becomes the outfield. So the side retired 1-2-3 inning. Here in the top half of the second inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We head to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Fordham Rams 1 and the Siena Saints nothing. Well, in addition to streaming the softball games live via a link on WFUV.org, once again this season, the games are also being archived. To access the archives, visit WFUV.org. On the top of the homepage, click on Sports, then on Stream Fordham Sports. You'll see a schedule with links to our live and archived broadcasts. Now you can listen to Fordham Rams games whenever you choose, courtesy of Stretch Internet and WFUV, the home of the Rams.
I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she's waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time
Bottom of inning number 2, the Rams left the bases loaded back in the first inning. Bases loaded, no outs. They only get 1 run, with Lombardo, Gillen, and Daubman to the plate after that, and Ionero makes the last out, the 7-hitter striking out. So the Rams up 1-0, bottom of inning number 2. The 8-hitter Paige Ortiz leads it off her first plate appearance in this one here, the first of 2. Ortiz swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. First of 2, maybe in jeopardy a little bit, as although the forecast has been pushed back a little bit, occasional rain now likely Tuesday to begin at 7:30 p.m. It was 6:45 last check a couple minutes ago. The 0-1 just a bit upstairs. That all according to the National Weather Service. Saying 35% chance starting at 7 p.m., 10% chance until then. But looks like rain here. The 1-1 flying into left for a base hit. Paige Ortiz, a solid single, as it's corralled by Connors and thrown back in for the Saints. Leadoff hitter on for the Rams for the second consecutive inning. Madison Shaw to the plate. The left-hander stands in. The pitch to her just outside, 1-0. Shaw coming into this game, 207 hitter. She's making her 14th start. This is the Rams' 34th game of the campaign. Here's the 1-0. Off-speed pitch hung on, hit towards second, fielded there by Vigiano and over to first in time to get Shaw, but Ortiz advances to second after Vigiano briefly misplayed it.
Center fielder number 4, Sydney Canessa.
So runner on second now. 1 out, top of the lineup for the Rams. Sydney Canessa hit by a pitch and scored back in the first inning. Trying to help her team out a little bit more here. Maybe bring in Paige Ortiz from second. Canessa takes the first pitch for a ball. Again, looked pretty good, but must have been a little low. Canessa, 295 hitter. 1 home run for her. The 1-0 hit right back up the middle. A solid base hit. Ortiz is going to be held at third, as coming up throwing from center field is Taylor. The ball rolls all the way to the catcher, Smaldone, but having to stay at first is Canessa. Absolutely ripped that ball back up the middle. So 2 singles in this inning for the Rams. Ortiz advances to second on a ground out to the second baseman. And Amy Van Hoven now has runners at the corners and one away. Van Hoven already a hit today, singled back in the second inning. Or excuse me, back in the first inning. This the second inning. 3 hits on the board for the Rams, 1 run. First pitch to Van Hoven, grounded over towards short, headed home is Ortiz. Throw to second off the glove of Vigiano and into right field. And Canessa will stay put at second base. It'll be an E6 headed towards second, but give Van Hoven the RBI there as you can't assume the double play. Make it 2-0 Fordham. Lindsay Mayer to the plate, runners on first and second, and 1 out. First pitch to her is low and inside, picked up nicely by the catcher Smaldone. So Ortiz scores on the fielder's choice by the shortstop to go over to second. Poor throw, unable to corral it over at second is Vigiano. Now runners on first and second. The 1-0 inside. 2-0, Lindsay Mayer walked back in the first inning with runners on first and second to load the bases. Got as far as second base, running the bases. The 2-0 pitch to her. Outside, might also been a little low there, 3-0. But struggling on the mound, the Siena bullpen. Empty at the moment. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a called strike. Count moves to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here at Bohoshi Field. Runners on first and second. The Rams looking for more here. They're up 2-0 already. Pitch missed outside. Ball 4 for Lindsay Mayer. And the bases are loaded again for Kayla Lombardo. You don't see that every day. Kayla Lombardo, her first 2 at-bats in the first 2 innings of the game. Both times she comes to the plate with the bases jacked. Popped to short in this situation in the first. A second opportunity here, a second chance for her in this one. Try and do some damage. Outfield, straight up and center. First pitch to Lombardo is actually going to be a ball there, a little bit down low. Looked pretty good. Outfielders in left and right, shading the line a little bit. And again, the center fielder, Taylor, straight up. The infield is in. Here's the 1-0. Called strike 1. Count 1-1 to the hitter Lombardo. Lombardo, 24 RBIs. Tied for the team lead with Lindsay Mayer. Neither of them with an RBI in this one. At least not yet. It's the 1-1 to Lombardo. Another called strike. She takes it. 1-2. Butts throwing the heater there. Maybe setting herself up to go with the off-speed pitch here and try and fool Lombardo. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-2 the count. Rams up 2-zip. The pitch swung on and missed. Got her with that off-speed. Lombardo unable to get an RBI. The cleanup hitter comes to the plate now twice with the bases loaded in less than 2 outs. Rachel Gillen has the baton now. The lefty, bases jacked for her as well. She walked in this situation in the first to get an RBI. See if she gets a pitch to hit here. The first pitch from Butts. Outside, 1-0. Gillen, the left-handed hitter, left-handed pitcher in this one as well. The 1-0 swung on, hit right back up the middle, squeaking by, and it's going to be a base hit through. Rounding third and headed for home is Van Hoven. Canessa's already in. A 2-out, 2 RBI single for Rachel Gillen. Make it 4-0 Fordham. So Rachel Gillen doing it all thus far. In the circle for the Rams, 2 scoreless innings. Now 3 RBIs in this one. We're only in the bottom of the second. Again, Canessa and Van Hoven scoring. Lindsay Mayer gets the second. Unable to get to third on the throw. Wants to keep this inning going. As Michelle Daubman steps in, struck out back in the first inning. Takes the first pitch for a called strike. Nice off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup there from Butts. Dobbin 267 coming into this one. The 0-1 way outside. 1-1 the count now. Butts looks down to her wrist for the sign. Now ready, the 1-1. Swung on, high, left field, over towards the corner. It's going to hit off the fence and bounce and come back to the left fielder, but scoring easily is Lindsay Mayer. A very long single for Michelle Dobbin. A great play by Bridget Connors to get it back in, but it's 5-0 Fordham. RBI single for Michelle Dobbin. The hits keep on coming. And a pitching change now for the Siena Saints. Butts' day is done. And now Antonia Edwards will come on to do the pitching for the Siena Saints. It's the Rams 5 and the Saints nothing. We'll take a quick break here and we'll be right back with you for Fordham Softball here on the 810 Network and WFUVSports.org.
I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she's waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes and you feel like falling down, I'll carry you home tonight. We are young, so let's set the world on fire. We can burn brighter than the sun.
Antonia Edwards now does the pitching for the Siena Saints. She bats left-handed, but she throws right-handed. Tough situation for her. It's Cora Ionero to the plate with runners on first and second. First pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. The Rams already up 5-0 in this one. 4 runs in this inning. As the Rams with 5 hits, 5 runs off of Lauren Butts. 2 runners on base, her responsibility as well. The 0-1 to Ionero, fouled straight back. Ionero got a good hack in on that one. Ionero struck out back in the first inning. She's the 9th batter to come to the plate in this bottom half of the second inning. Fordham leading Siena 5-zip. The 0-2 with 2 outs. Hit on in the air. Left center field's going to get down for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home is Gillen, headed towards third. And sliding in safely at third is Michelle Dobbin, and advancing to second on the throw is Cora Ionero, an RBI. And it's 6-0 Fordham. Explosive inning for the Fordham Rams thus far. 5 runs in. They've batted around. Paige Ortiz led off the inning with a single and scored. She's up again here. Runners on second and third and 2 outs. Swings at the first pitch. Fly ball center field. Taylor going back, looking up, and it's out of here. 3-run shot. And make it 9-0 Fordham. Paige Ortiz, her 3rd home run of the season. RBIs 6, 7, and 8. Again, 9-0 Rams. A monster shot for Paige Ortiz. Pretty much a no-doubter to dead center field. 4 consecutive hits for the Rams at the plate. And now Maddie Shaw comes up. Nobody on base. 2 outs. The Rams up 9-0, an 8 spot here in the second inning. The only mercy rule, we'll have to play 4.5 here. And an 8-run lead for Fordham would end it. And then we'd be set for another game. Weather permitting, of course. Madison Shaw takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Shaw takes it just a bit upstairs. 2-0 now. And the count 2-0, the 9-hitter. The pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Shaw grounded to second earlier in this inning for out number 1. Then Caleb Lombardo struck out. Last 4 batters have gotten hits. All RBIs on their hits as well. The 2-1 swung on and missed by Shaw. Count moves to 2-2. The 11th hitter to the plate for the Rams in this inning. It's all Rams in this one. The 2-2 fouled into the netting. Shaw getting the start here today in the designated player position. Michelle Dobbin usually has that position next to her name, but she'll play left field. Brianna Turgeon, the normal left fielder, not in the game. The 2-2 off-speed pitch grounded over towards short. Khaleesi Fields fires to first in time. And Madison Shaw makes 2 outs in the same inning. But that's a good thing for the Fordham Rams. They score 8 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Nobody left on base. We're through 2 innings. It's all Fordham. 9-0. They lead the Siena Saints. Once again this year, we're doing internet-only broadcasts of Fordham baseball and softball. We'd like to know what you think of the idea. Would you like us to do more? And what sports would you like us to broadcast? And really, any other comments you'd like to make, please email us at oneonone@wfuv.org and let us know your thoughts and what you think as well. That's ONEONONE@wfuv.org.
Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher than the Empire State. My lover, she is waiting for me just across the bar. My seat's been taken by some sunglasses, asking about a scar. And I know I gave it to you months ago. I know you're trying to forget, but between the drinks and subtle things, the holes in my apologies, you know, I'm trying hard to take it back. So if by the time the bar closes.
It's all Fordham. All Fordham here at Bohoshi Field. They lead 9-0 over the Siena Saints. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. The 8-hitter, Bridget Connors, leads it off for the Saints. Swings the first pitch and fouls it straight over us. Count moves to 0-1. Go back to that last inning for the Fordham Rams on offense. They sent 11 hitters to the plate. They score 8 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. They don't leave anybody on base. The 0-1 pitch to Connors is upstairs, 1-1. Maddie Shaw actually makes 2 outs in the inning for the Rams, and Caleb Lombardo strikes out for the 3 outs. And hit parade for everyone else. The 1-1 called strike 2 on the outside corner. Rachel Gillen rolling along in this one, but she's had a long layoff there, as you would imagine. She does bat, so she got an at-bat. Got 4 strikeouts already. Here's the 1-2, grounded. First base side, Van Hoven to her left. Fields flips over to Paige Ortiz for the out, and Connors is retired.
First baseman, number 24, Paige Lloyd.
Paige Lloyd, the first baseman. So Paige is playing first for both teams. Paige Ortiz for the Rams. Paige Lloyd for the Saints. Lloyd, the 9-hitter, first pitch to her is a little bit down low, 1-0, as the rain now has started to fall. Started back in between the innings here, and just a light rain, but enough to put up the umbrellas among the fans here at Bohoshi Field. Here's the 1-0, fouled into the netting, 1-1. Most of the players have long sleeves on in this one. In fact, all the players on the field right now do. That's the Fordham defense, and the batter for the Saints. The 1-1 pitch. Just outside. Paige Lloyd, the senior first baseman, ahead 2-1. The pitch outside, 3-1. Vigiano, the only Saint with a hit in this one. No walks for them yet as Lloyd ahead 3-1. Gillen's pitch swung on and missed. A big healthy cut from Lloyd. Down 9-0. As well. Bullpen for the Saints busy again. 3-2. Pitch swung on and missed. Strikeout number 5 for Rachel Gillen.
The second baseman, number 4.
2 outs here in the top of the third inning at Bohoshi Field. It's the Rams 9 and the Saints nothing. Stephanie Vigiano takes the first pitch outside. She sees in her second at-bat. Singled back in the first inning. Retired over at second base on a fielder's choice. Here's the 1-0. Just missed inside. Count 2-0. The way the Rams are playing, I think they would definitely like to get a second crack at the Saints. Of course, they still have to finish the job here. Up 9-0 though. Here's the 2-0. Outside corner for a called strike. Two outs, the 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. Amanda Gatt warming up for the Saints in the bullpen down the right field line. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Down low, ball 4. Vigiano is on for the Saints. Alyssa Lancaster to the plate with 2 outs for Siena. First pitch to her, swung on and fouled out of play. Third base side as rain falling here at Bohoshi Field. Moderate pace, I'd say, thus far. The 0-1 pitch, just a bit high, 1-1. And maybe the National Weather Service forecast, not something we should be going on, as they actually say 0% chance of rain until 5:30. But that obviously not the case, as the 1-1 fouled off. 10% chance of rain starting at 6. Just a light rain though, so definitely they'd be able to play through this for an extended period of time. The 1-2 from Gillen. Down low, 2-2. Gillen 5 strikeouts in this one already. Rams up 9-0 in the top of the third inning over the Siena Saints, first of 2 games. The 2-2 hit right back up the middle. Brady into her left, fields on a couple hops, steps on the bag at second for the easy one, and that'll do it. Here in the top of the third inning, the Saints send 4 batters to the plate. They don't score, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Fordham well in control of this one. They're up 9-0 over the Siena Saints.
Located at Fordham Plaza. Excellent barbershop, your go-to destination for leading off the bottom of the third inning for Fordham, center fielder number 4, Sydney Canessa.
Top of the lineup for the Fordham Rams for the third time. This time we started in the bottom of the third. The Rams up 9-0 over the Siena Saints. An 8-run bottom of the second inning. 6 hits. They sent 11 hitters to the plate. First pitch to Canessa here in the third, and it hits her for the second time in this game. And not the way that you want to start an inning if you're Antonia Edwards on the hill, excuse me, in the circle. So now Canessa on first base. Rams up 9-zip. Mercy Rule in college, the team losing, it has to bat 5 times. As the first pitch to Van Hoven 0-1, they'd have to bat 5 times in a game. As if the team was away, the home team up by 8 could take it. So in a situation where that could happen, if the Saints get no runs over the next 2 plate appearances, as the 0-1 is taken for strike 2. Here's the 0-2 to Van Hoven. Canessa going from first base, taking off, throw down, head first slide, and she's going to be out. As not really sure what Sydney Canessa was trying to do with a slide there, as the pitch taken for a ball is a normal feet first slide, and maybe she's in there, but wasn't pretty there. But she's thrown out, caught stealing. Van Hoven at the plate, 1-2, 1 out. Nobody on now. The pitch bounces and goes by the catcher, Smaldone, for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Again, the run rule could take effect here. It'll be after 4.5 innings in this case. 8 runs after the opposition team losing. Bats 5 times. The 2-2 upstairs, 3-2. So essentially that means that when the home team is winning, a game can end in 4.5 innings. Away team is winning, the game can end in 5 innings. To get past the 5th inning, you've got to play the full inning though, or at least allow the opposition the same number of times of at bat as opposed to the other team. As a single from Amy Van Hoven into left center field, and she's going to try and stretch it for 2 as bobbled by Brooke Taylor, diving head first into second, and she's in there. Great aggressive base running by Amy Van Hoven, and she gets to second.
Now batting is the third
1 away though here in the bottom of the third. Lindsay Mayer has given a single and an error to Van Hoven. The error will go to the center fielder, Brooke Taylor. Still very nice base running by Amy Van Hoven to try and get to second. She did so successfully. Lindsay Mayer, the righty, the 3-hitter, steps in as the first pitch upstairs, and ball just floated on the pitcher Edwards there. She follows through afterwards and tries to correct it. Just in her mind. 1-0 the count, 1 out, runner on second. Pitch to Mayer. Outside corner for a called strike. Looks like it might have been a little bit off the plate. Got to keep in mind though, it is 9-0 Fordham. 1-1, 1 out. The pitch grounded over towards second. Vigiano over to right, bobbles it briefly. Mayer hustling down towards first, and she's out. Just getting her was the second baseman, Vigiano. Siena having some difficulty fielding the softball today. A couple of bobbles, but that one didn't hurt them. 2 errors for them already in this one. Van Hoven gets to third on the ground out to second. Lombardo now to the plate. 0 for 2 today. First pitch to her is upstairs and out of the zone high, ball 1. Bardo had 2 at-bats with the bases loaded and less than 2 outs, and unable to get an RBI. The 1-0 upstairs, 2-0. Lombardo popped to short in the first, bases loaded, no outs. Struck out in the second, bases loaded, 1 out. Now she's got a runner on third and 2 outs, and she's ahead 2-0. Edwards, the pitcher for the Saints now, the second pitcher they've used. 2-0 upstairs and away, 3-0. Edwards has gone an inning now, has given up 3 hits. She's thrown 23 pitches, 2 runs, both earned. The 3-0 pitch, called strike 1 on the inside corner. Lauren Butts' final line, an inning and 2/3. 5 hits, 7 runs, only 2 earned. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 55 pitches for her. 3-1 to Lombardo. Hit in the air, left field, headed foul, shallow, and it's going to get down. Just a foul ball. As off the end of the bat from Lombardo. A little bit ahead of the pitch from Edwards. Three, 2 outs. Bottom of inning number 3, 9-0 Fordham. Amy Van Hoven on third. Lombardo at the plate. Pitch from Edwards. Swung on, fouled. Down the third base line. Kicks around in foul ground and gets further down. Lombardo looking for her first RBI in this one. Trying to join in on the party the Rams are having thus far. They're up 9-0 on Siena. Here's the 3-2. Grounded right back up the middle, fielded by Edwards, and she'll flip over to first. And that'll do it here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nice play by the pitcher. Edwards retires the side for the Rams. The first time Fordham doesn't get a run in an inning. Send 4 to the plate. No runs. There was 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom, or excuse me, we head to the top of the 4th inning here at Behoshi Field. Rams up 9-0 over Siena.
This summer, be sure to fly Irish across Ireland and Europe with incredible low fares on sale now.
There's a stranger in my bed. There's a pounding in my head. Glitter all over the room. Pink flamingos in the pool. I smell like a mini bar. DJ's passed out in the yard. Bobby's on the barbecue. This a hickey or a bruise. Pictures of last night ended up online. I'm screwed. Oh well. It's a blacked out blur, but I'm pretty sure it ruled. Damn. Last Friday night, yeah, we danced on tabletops, and we took too many shots. Think we kissed, but I forgot. Last Friday night, yeah, we maxed our credit cards, and you kicked out of the bar.
Top of inning number 4. The Rams up on top of the Saints 9-0 here at Behoshi Field. The first of 2 games. Looks like the rain has subsided here, or the light rain is maybe a little lighter here. There's a few less umbrellas here to start this inning as the first pitch from Gillen fouled away. First base side on top of the dugout it lands. And it bounces further out of play. Paige Hess leads it off for Siena. The fielder's choice back in the 1st inning. Wild pitch. She got the second on. Here's the 0-1 from Gillen now, outside and gets by Lombardo. Makes the count 1-1. Hess entered this game, 366 hitter. 4 hitters in the Siena lineup, over 300. Only 1 hit today. Here's the 1-1. Popped foul. Right back into the netting. I believe it was headed right between the eyes of our producer, Brendan Bowers, but got some protection in front, so he's okay. Rest assured, everyone. Count 1-2, no outs. 9-0 Fordham. Gillen toes the rubber. Fires. 1-2 is a little bit low. Count moves even at 2. No outs, nobody on for the Saints. Only had 3 players reach base through the first 3 innings. Gillen with 5 strikeouts. The 2-2. Hit in the air, left field high, headed back. Dahlman headed back to the track, looks up, and it's gone. Home run. Paige Hess, a long, high home run. It finds the tennis courts and rolls back further all the way to the end of those at Fordham. Make it 9-1. Fordham up on the Siena Saints. So Siena on the board. Hess now 3 home runs on the season, and that one really a no-doubter.
Baseman number 6, Abby Carpenter.
Again, the run rule in college softball, 8 runs. Got to play at least 4.5 innings. First pitch from Gillen to Carpenter, misses outside. Gillen a little extra on that one. She's a little bit mad at herself for giving up that home run to Hess. Carpenter struck out back in the first, the 1-0. Missed down low and away, 2-0. 2 home runs now in this game, 1 for either side. Ortiz, a 3-run shot to dead center. Hess now to left field. The 2-0 is low, apparently, and it's 3-0. Carpenter and Siena at least trying to get one more run, try and make this game 7 innings as timeout is called as Gillen was getting set there, and timeout is called. There's looks like a lacrosse ball or something flew onto the field over near second base. It counts 3-0. Rachel Gillen in the circle for the Rams. Here's the pitch from Gillen. Bounced in front of the plate, so ball 4 for Siena. Carpenter works a walk. Just like that, the Siena Saints maybe trying to get out of the run rule situation. Came into the inning trailing 9-0, a home run, now a walk. Sammy Smaldone steps to the plate. Gets the outside corner pitch for a called strike as Gillen. Smaldone struck out in the second, as did 4 other Saints the first time through the lineup. The 0-1. Hit in the air, center field, going back. Canessa to the track, turns herself around, and makes the catch nicely just in front of the wall. And she'll throw it back in, 1 away. Here in the top of the 4th, wasn't really a pretty route that Canessa took. As she went back over her right shoulder, spun around, and ended up catching it over her left shoulder. But regardless, it's an out. That's all that goes down in the score sheet. That brings Brooke Taylor to the plate, the center fielder. Pitch swung on and missed, looking silly up there. As fooled by the pitch clearly was Taylor. She struck out the first time around back in the second inning. That part of a 1-2-3 inning for Rachel Gillen. The 0-1, outside corner called strike, 0-2. Sure, Gillen would love to get a 4.5 inning win for her and her team. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Looked like it was well outside, but a nice frame by Kayla Lombardo. There's 2 away. Make that 6 strikeouts for Rachel Gillen. Melanie Calisi, the shortstop, the lefty to the plate. Slapper takes the first pitch for a called strike, pounding that outside corner. We've seen Gillen do that in the past, notably on Friday against Dayton when the team won 5-1. The 0-1 grounded foul, just foul down the third base line. Slapper tried to place it in fair territory, but unable to do so. Khaleesi flied to the left fielder Dahlman back in inning number 2. He's behind 0-2. The pitch, grounded, shortstop Brady Fields fires to first, way off target, and it's going to go down the right field line. Ionero trying to chase it down. She's able to. Rounding third and heading for home is Carpenter. The throw coming in, rolling to Gillen, and getting home is Abby Carpenter. And the Saints are out of the run rule situation currently. Getting all the way to third base is Melanie Calisi. Make it 9-2 Fordham.
Number 12, Bridget Connors.
Bridget Connors, left fielder, who grounded to second. Back in the last inning that the Saints were at the plate, that the third. We're now in the 4th. It's Fordham 9 and Siena 2. Gillen in the circle here. Struggling a little this inning. Pitch to Connors, first pitch swinging and fouling it right into the Fordham dugout to assistant coach Laura Winters. So 0-1. A 3-base error for the shortstop Bradian. Only goes down as 1 error, but 3 bases out of it. The 0-1 is a strike outside corner. 0-2 now the count to Connors. And a run scores for Siena, so that more important. As Carpenter goes first all the way to home. The 0-2, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 7 for Rachel Gillen. We're through 3.5. Fordham still way up on top on Siena. They lead 9-2. You're listening to Fordham Softball on WFUVSports.org and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network. A reminder that the Fordham softball team is back in action again today, approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game. That'll be game 2 of this doubleheader with Siena. The baseball team back on the field tomorrow when they host Rutgers University. Game time just changed to 3 p.m. That's 3 p.m. and the one-on-one pregame report will come your way at 2:50. Fordham Rams baseball and softball right here on WFUV.org.
Hey, hey, hey. Your lipstick stains on the front lobe of my left side brains. I knew I wouldn't forget you, and so I went and let you blow my mind. Your sweet moonbeam, the smell of you in every single dream I dream. I knew when we collided, you're the one I have decided who's one of my kind. Hey, soul sister, ain't that Mr. on the radio? Stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Hey, soul sister, I don't wanna miss a single thing you do tonight. Hey, hey, hey. Just in time. I'm so glad you have a one-track mind like me. You gave my life direction, a game show love connection. We can't deny.
Back here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Rachel Gillen leads it off as the first pitch. A little bit down low, 1-0. Drew Casey now joined by Kenny Ducey here. Finish this one out, and we'll have game number 2 as well. The Rams leading 9-2 over the Siena Saints. Some substitutions for the Saints defensively. We'll get to those in a second as the 1-0 missed outside. As now catching, moving from left field to the catching position is Bridget Connors. And the pitcher remains Antonia Edwards. The 2-0 pitch. Gillen swung on left field over the head of the left fielder. That's the new left fielder, Edwards. Headed towards second with a double is Rachel Gillen. An absolute shot down over the left fielder's head for the Saints. That's Chelsea Stout, who's just into the game to play left field, and not the way you probably want to start your day in left field, making it very difficult to make any type of play on that ball. Is absolutely crushed by Rachel Gillen.
Stout didn't seem to know where that ball was going. She had a tough time getting a read on it, and you're wondering if maybe it's the overcast weather that we have in the sky. It can sometimes be tricky, believe it or not. You'd think that with the yellow ball and a great background.
Dobbins swings at the first pitch and fouls it into the netting first base side. Rams trying to get those 2 runs back, or at least 1. Put themselves in a situation to end this one after 4.5. They're up 9-2. That's a 7-run margin. 8 runs through 4.5. Would get the job done courtesy of the run rule. The 0-1 pitch is upstairs to Michelle Dahlman, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Edwards now coming. Bounced and blocked nicely by the new catcher. That's Connors. Good job of keeping that one in front and not allowing Gillen to advance any further.
And she keeps wiping her hand on her right thigh. And again, it is drizzling here at Bohoshi. So you wonder if maybe she's having trouble now getting a grip on it.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on, hit in the air, but foul down the first base side, right field side, and way out of play off the utility shed.
I think Dobbin's probably looking fastball in here.
Counts 2-2. Edwards has struggling on in the circle as the 2-2 pitch is in the dirt. Nice block, though, again, though, by the catcher, Connors.
And Connor setting up inside that time. Just couldn't hit the spot.
Counts full, 3-2, no outs. Gillen's on second. Daubman 1 for 2. Is the hitter with the full count. First base open. The pitch swung on, hit in the air, right field, fading foul, headed over towards the line is Lloyd, and it's going to get out of play. Lloyd, the first baseman. Paige Hess now playing second base. She was the designated player. So changes really all around here for the Saints on defense. The 3-2. Down low, ball 4 to Michelle Dahlman as that one bounced as well. So runners on first and second for the Rams here in the bottom of the fourth. A double for Gillen, a walk now to Michelle Daubman, and Cora Ianiro, an RBI single in her last at-bat, comes to the plate.
She's swinging a hot bat over these last few games, Drew. Big spot here for her, try to put the game away.
3-run homer against Dayton over the weekend as she swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play first base side.
And obviously by that, Fordham trying to get out of here with an easy 4.5 inning win, and they can do that with at least one more run and holding Siena at bay.
Sure, they'd love to do just that, especially with the weather questionable really throughout the day. Rain is coming. It's just a matter of time as to, or the question is when it will become too much for them to play in. Here's the 0-1 to Ianiro, hit hard, shortstop, comes up high, and Khaleesi stays in front, flips to second for 1, over to first, not in time, but a great play by Melanie Khaleesi just to stay with that one. Got her right under the chin, and still the presence of mind to flip to Hess over at second for the out.
And that is every coach's dream right there. A shortstop that will square up, get right in front of the ball, and take the impact. And that time it hit her right in the chest. And that is how you play the position, Drew. You get in front of the ball.
Head coach Bill Lajanuse will come out and just make sure that his shortstop Khaleesi is okay. She says she's fine, and after a brief meeting in the circle, Siena will get back to their position. So Gillen does advance to third on that grounder to the shortstop Khaleesi. And Ianiro is now on first, so runners at the corners for Paige Ortiz. 3-run homer the last time she came to the plate. 2 for 2 today. 3 RBIs. The 0-1 fouled away right over us behind the plate. Counts 0-1 here. 1 out. Ortiz at the bat. The pitch down low in the dirt and taking second base. Cora Ianiro on that pitch. So now second and third for the Rams. Ianiro swiping second. Second and third. 1 out. Counts 1-1. 1 out. The pitch. Just inside it missed. Now 2-1.
For a sec, Paige thought that was wheelhouse. Too low. She's got that open stance, looking for something inside.
Here's the 2-1. Inside again, 3-1, and Ortiz has first base open. She's 2 for 2 today. 3-1 pitch. You can't imagine Edwards is really going to give first base on the walk to the 8-hitter, but she surrendered a home run to her. The 3-1. Swung on, fouled. Third base side into the Fordham dugout.
And Edwards has that QB wristband on her left wrist, if you notice. She's, before that last pitch, checked it. She's looking at her bench, getting the sign from her coach, and then looking at her wrist, and then stepping to the rubber.
Nothing against the Siena system, but really hasn't worked this far today. 3-2 to Ortiz. Hopped in the air, high and way foul, headed towards the Fordham bullpen, but it'll stay way short of the bullpen also and just go out of play. 3-2
Suppose that's one way to do it, though, Drew. I mean, you cut out the middleman. Usually the catcher gets the sign from the bench and then gives it to the pitcher. This time they both look over and get the sign from the coach. I guess just saves a step.
Coach calling the game over there. The 3-2 to Ortiz. Hit in the air, left field. It's high. Going back. Stout to the fence. And it's out of here. 2 home runs in the game now for Paige Ortiz. 2 3-run home runs. 6 RBIs for Paige Ortiz today. Coming into today on the season, 27 games played. She just had 5 RBIs. 6 in this game. Rams 11. Siena 2. Make that 12-2 actually. Fordham Rams up on the Saints.
That's exactly what she was looking for, Drew. That fastball, middle in,
Now batting is the
wheelhouse.
next player, number 13, Maddie Shaw.
So Maddie Shaw now comes to the plate for Fordham. She's 0 for 2 today. She actually made 2 outs in the second inning. So she'd love to get on base here with 1 out and nobody on. Edwards still in the circle. Trying just to maybe weather the storm a little bit and get to game number 2 as Shaw takes the first pitch high and away.
And for Edwards, this just becomes a laboring task. Get through this game.
The 1-0 fouled straight back and clanking off some of the metal supports behind the, or next to the backstop and above the backstop. So 1-1.
And it will stick with her. And she's going to have to ride this out. And this is where you really build toughness.
The 1-1 is down low and away, 2-1.
Your team's out of the game. You're down 10 runs. Show your coach that you can battle through, take a couple punches, and finish this one out.
Siena not really used to losing lately. 9-2 in their last 11. The 2-1 is a called strike on the outside corner.
And they started their season losing the first 11, so it really has been such an up and down year. And you hope that for their sake they don't turn right back around and go on another losing streak.
Here's the 2-2. Swung on, left field, headed towards the line. He's going to bounce in fair territory, go to the left field corner. Shaw rounds first, heads to second, and she's going to get there. A double for Maddie Shaw. The hits keep on coming. Make that 11 hits for the Fordham Rams as they lead 12-2 over the Siena Saints.
And this could be all for Edwards as we get a sub in.
It looks like it will be it.
It's Amanda Gatt, 5'8" pitcher out of Clayton AP High School in New York, the Trample transfer.
So she's got quite the task ahead of her. Maybe if she can put out a couple of batters out here, we'll see her in game number 2 as well. Look at her stats coming into this game here today. th appearance for her, 4-5 this season, a 4.54 ERA, 57 innings pitched, 66 hits, 43 runs, 37 of those earned. Opponents hitting 292 off her. Looks like she's the number 2 starter for this Saints squad, so probably expected to start game number 2, and she gets the call a little bit early here. The tail end of game number 1, or what should be the tail end of game number 1. The Rams up 12-2. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. One out here. Bottom of the 4th. Rams up 12-2. Top of the lineup for the Rams. Sydney Canessa leads it off. Or is up now. I shouldn't say leads it off. The leadoff hitter's up. Takes the first pitch, and she's hit again. That's 3 times she's been hit in this game. She's got another game to play to, the center fielder, and she threw the bat down there. Has not too happy hitting it, and it's been 3 different pitchers who have hit her too, so they must all have the same scouting report. Hit her the first time you see her. But then she got a single the second time she faced Lauren Butts, so she's 1 for 1. She's hit by the pitch 3 times. The walk approach seems a little easier. Van Hoven to the plate. Outside corner for a called strike. So now first and second, 1 out. Rams up by 10, 12-2. Here's the 0-1 to Van Hoven. Just missed upstairs and a little bit high. 1-1, or away and a little high, I should say. Van Hoven today, 1 hit, 1 for 3. The 1-1. Outside, 2-1 singled. Back in the first, got as far as third. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Got an RBI there, and later came around to score. The 2-1 pitch shows bunt and pulls it back, takes it for a ball. 3-1 is the slapper. Van Hoven actually with 2 hits. As my note's a little messy here. Singled back in the third as well and advanced to second on an error and later got as far as third. The 3-1 called strike 2.
You can just see the difference between her and Edwards. The velo, much higher.
Count 3-2, 1 out. Shaw on second, Canessa on first. The pitch hit in the air, left field. Going to get down in front of Stout for a base hit. And getting to third easily is Maddie Shaw. And another base hit for Amy Van Hoven. Make her 3 for 4 in this one. And the Rams have the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th.
That's just a smart piece of hitting by Van Hoven. If you're overpowered by the stuff, she just takes a Happy Gilmore step up, throws the bat out on the outside part of the plate, pokes it the other way.
It almost looked like Chelsea Stout was maybe not paying attention there. She got a terrible break on that one. Lindsay Mayer to the plate, swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Look out, down.
But just not
First
enough,
baseline.
not enough bat speed right now to catch up to these fastballs, and yeah, it shows you something because the Rams, one of the best teams in the Atlantic 10.
The number 8 hitter to the plate, this hitting 3-hitter in the game, the third baseman, the 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. Lindsay Mayer already today, she walked in the first, got as far as second. Walked in the second and scored, grounded to second back in the third. So 12 runs, 12 hits. No hits for her in this one yet. Here's the 1-1. Outside, 2-1. And it's funny, look at the 3 and 4 hitters for the Rams. Lindsay Mayer and Kayla Lombardo. They're combined 0 for 4 in this game. The Rams are up 12-2. The 2-1, Mayer fouls it back into the protective netting. 2-2.
I'm still really caught up in that system that they have where they read their wristbands. As a baseball, really, as an athlete, I always wanted to have one of those wristbands with the see-through top and the plays on them.
Here's the 2-2, fouling it straight back and just getting a piece of that one is Lindsay Mayer.
I didn't know that existed in baseball or softball for that matter.
We saw Syracuse a couple days ago too. They even had a more intricate system, Kenny, that you might like. Not only did the pitcher and catcher have it, the shortstop, second baseman, and center fielder had the numbers too. So yell out the number and everyone would be looking down. Like,
in fact, the Siena has the same thing going on.
The 2-2 fouled straight back.
Everyone's got that black wristband with the plays on
the
it.
entire team has it actually.
At least on the infield or in the outfield.
Use it for base running as well sometimes.
But you notice, though, a lot of times in the pros, those guys, a lot of people will shed the wristband once they learn the plays, so maybe a new system in place.
The 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2 now the count moves.
Softball, such a strategy-based sport. A lot of times you got to continue to change up your signals.
Sometimes you see in the middle infielders maybe communicating the pitches to see what they would like to play at major league level. The 3-2 hit on the ground to short. It gets past Khaleesi for a base hit. Rounding third and heading for home. The ball's in the gap. 2 runs in. Make it 3 runs in. A bases clearing double for Lindsay Mayer. There's a way to get your first hit of the game. Rams now up 15-2 over the Siena Saints.
Well, Mayer just guessed fastball. She said, this is going to be a fastball over the plate. I'm just going to offer at it. And gets around, pulls it into the gap. And this one is out of reach at the moment.
So Kayla Lombardo, the only Ram without a hit, and she's the cleanup hitter. So sort of a bit of an anomaly in this one as the Rams are up 15-2 over the Siena Saints. Pitch to Lombardo, inside corner for a called strike.
It's kind of a good spot to be in, though. I feel like not a lot of pressure on you at this juncture of the game. You're in the 5th. You've got a pitcher, a lot of velocity, so you can drive one out.
The 0-1 upstairs. 1-1 as the ball briefly bobbled by the catcher Connors, and Mayer took a little bit of an extra step.
Don't have to really worry about putting too much pressure on yourself.
It's true, unable to get the job done with the bases loaded twice earlier in this one. The 1-1 swung on and missed. 1-2. Lombardo popped to the shortstop in the 1st inning, struck out in the 2nd inning, and grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. Now she's up in the 4th inning. Runner on second is Lindsey Mayer. 1 out, 1-2. Rams up 15-2. Pitch swung on and missed, and Lombardo goes down. So she's now 0 for 4 in this one. And the Rams have again batted around. Rachel Gillen led this inning off with the double to left field, slicing over the head and away from Chelsea Stout, the left fielder. She gets the bat again with Mayer, the runner on second. Gillen lefty ready, and the pitch swung on, same spot. Stout going back, left field line, corner, but it's just foul. Hit a couple of feet left off the side of the wall there. And Rachel Gillen did it once in this inning, and she says, why not? Let's try it again. A little too much slice on that one. 2 for 2 today. 3 RBIs. The 0-1 grounded, it's lined and caught by Carpenter. So not a grounder, a line drive. That'll do it here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but the Rams really continue to dominate the Siena Saints. They score 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Score is now 15-2. We head to the top of the 5th inning, which, bearing a large Siena relay, will be the last inning of this one, courtesy of the Run Rule. You're listening to Fordham Softball, WFUVSports.org, and the Atlantic 10 Digital Network.
Yeah, man. So we back in the club with our bodies rocking from side to side, side to side. Thank God the week is done. I feel like a zombie gone back to life, back to life. Hands up, yeah, suddenly we all got our hands up. No control of my body. Ain't I seen you before? I think I remember those eyes. 'Cause baby tonight, the DJ got us falling in love again. Yeah, baby tonight, the DJ got us falling in love again. So dance like it's the last night of your life won't get you right. 'Cause baby tonight, the DJ got us falling in love again.
Who's the 3rd change? Oh, Figueroa's in left. Top of the 5th inning. It's all Rams. 15-2. Not the greatest day weather-wise, but it's a great day to be a Fordham Ram, evidently, as the Fordham Rams again up 15-2. A couple of changes here. Patty Maloney now doing the pitching. Ali Vergona now doing the catching. And Morgan Figueroa plays left field for the Rams. 3 defensive changes, as unless Siena can muster a huge rally here and get to within 8, that'll be a 5-run inning. Excuse me, they'll have to get 6 runs, actually, to get 7 or fewer, as the first pitch, or after the 1-0 pitch, fouled away out of play. Count moves to 1-1. Paige Lloyd, the 9-hitter, up for Siena. Maloney in the circle. Counts 1-1 to the hitter Lloyd now. The pitch. Just missed upstairs, 2-1. Lloyd struck out back in the third inning. Rachel Gillen pitching at that point. Her day done. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, an earned run. Only one of those. 2 walks. The 2-1. Down low, 3-1. Gillen struck out 7, gave up a home run. At the only run, or one of the 2 runs, Siena scored. The other one resulted on a throwing error from Brady in the 3-1. Down low. And okay, that is ball 4, as pretty sure it was. And the hitter there, Lloyd, was unsure, as home plate umpire actually had to tell her, you can go to first now. So ball 4 for Siena. Tom Mayer, home plate umpire. An odd situation for him as he kind of stared at her for a couple of seconds, as everyone seemed to know it was ball 4. She's on first now. Maloney's first pitch to leadoff hitter Vigiano is a ball. Just out of the strike zone. Vigiano singled in the first, walked in the third. The 1-0. Base hit down the left field line, just in fair territory. Might be extra bases. Headed for third is Lloyd. Tag applied, and she's out. Morgan Figueroa gets the outfield assist. Nice play for her. And make that one away in the top of the 5th.
And you've got to be smart. I mean, I guess at this point of the game, you're going for broke if you're Siena, but Figueroa in great position to make that throw. And Siena sends the runner anyway.
Lancaster now to the plate. Runner on second. Her team's down by 13 runs. 0 for 2. The pitch. Upstairs and high. 1-0. So Lloyd walks and thrown out at third. The 1-0. Just inside. 2-0. We're going to doing the catching. Figueroa in left. Maloney in the circle.
Maloney got good movement on that pitch.
Here's the 2-0. Inside for a ball, 3-0. Seen this be a little bit of an issue for Patty Maloney, finding the strike zone at times throughout this season, at least recently here at Bohoshi Field. Behind 3-0, the hitter Lancaster. Pitch inside, 4-pitch walk. Siena hanging around a little bit here.
Player number 2, Paige Hess.
Paige Hess now comes to the plate for Siena. 1 out for the Saints. 2 outs for them to play with here. You're going to need 5 runs, or 6 runs rather, as the first pitch to the batter Carpenter is fouled away. Hess hit a home run off Gillen. As she swings and misses at the 0-1. Count moves to 0-2. Pretty much a no-doubter to left field. Hess reached on a fielder's choice in the first, and then that home run in the fourth, the last half inning. Maloney ahead, 0-2. The pitch in the dirt, blocked by Vergona. 1-2 the count now.
Good waste pitch there from Maloney.
Maloney, a hit and 2 walks surrendered already.
On 11 pitches.
The 1-2 fouled straight back, or not straight back, but out of play. Shades a little bit towards the Siena dugout. The count now 1-2, 1 out. Here's the pitch, popped in the air, first base side. Now towards right field, Ionero to her left, battles, looks like the win there, and she makes the catch. A couple of feet from the foul line, only about 10 feet into the outfield turf, but there's 2 away. Abby Carpenter comes to the plate now for Siena. She's 0 for 1 in this one, struck out in the first inning, walked and scored in the fourth. As they'll clean off the plate here. A little dirty, a little mud on it. As the rain continues to fall lightly, at least judging from the umbrellas in the stands. The first pitch from Maloney to Carpenter is a called strike. Lancaster on first, Figiano on second. Rams leading the Saints 15-2 in this one. The 0-1 popped in the air, right field. Ionero a couple steps to her left, back, makes the catch, and that'll do it here in game number 1 of this doubleheader between the Rams and the Siena Saints. And it's all Fordham. They win it 15-2. Another game coming up in approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Again, the final score, Fordham 15 and Siena 2. The one-on-one post-game report is coming up next. You're listening to Fordham Rams Softball.
The one-on-one post-game report.
Drew Casey, Kenny Ducey, and Brendan Bowers on the controls here with you for the one-on-one post-game report. And Kenny, it was all Fordham. They win this one 15-2 in 4.5 innings. The run rule ends this one a little bit early. The Rams get 13 hits. And like I said, they score 15 runs, and they win by 13. So pretty good effort here in game 1.
Yeah, 2 giant innings in the second with 8, and in the fourth with 6 runs. And Rachel Gillen, my player of the game, really doing it all for the Rams. 4 innings pitched, just allowed 2 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 7 Ks with 74 pitches. Drew, she was tremendous today.
She was tremendous, and for my players of the game, quickly before we take a timeout and come back with you in 25 to 30 minutes for game number 2, I'm got to go with Paige Ortiz in this one. She goes 3 for 3 at the dish, and she hits 2 3-run home runs, 6 RBIs. Coming into this game, on the entire season, she only had 5 RBIs. So she gets my player of the game for the Fordham Rams. And for Siena, it's very difficult for me to choose someone, but out of courtesy, I will choose Paige Hess. She hits a home run in this one for Siena. But not a good day for the Siena Saints.
So far.
So far, that's a good distinction, a very good distinction to make. The quicker pace of this one ending in about an hour and a half might give us a good opportunity to play this game number 2 as the rain not really looking like it's going to be coming in a big sort of amount until maybe 8 o'clock, according to the National Weather Service. But
Not even. Maybe 10 o'clock's really when you start to hit your guaranteed rain. It could stay fairly dry until then.
So we'll see. Once again, the final score of the first game today, this afternoon, Fordham 15, Siena 2. The executive producer of Fordham Softball is Bob Aarons. Field engineer producer has been Brendan Bowers, and a special thanks to Fordham Assistant Sports Information Director Chris Strauch and everyone here for all their support here today. Fordham softball team, again, back in action approximately 30 minutes against Siena in the second game of a doubleheader. Be sure to come back right for that. Until those times, for my partner, Kenny Ducey, this is Drew Casey. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. Fordham Rams Softball is a production of WFUV Sports.